It's a pleasure to introduce Xu Fei, who will, and the title is Strong Approximation for a Family of Known Varieties. Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer to give me a chance to present these talks. So, this is a joint work with young, this. Okay, I will try later on. This is a joint work with this one. White one. I try everything. No, this one. This one, right? Okay. This is a joint work with Yang Cao and Derenthal and Wei. So, what I'm interested in is a finite extension. So let LOK be a finite extension of number field and I assume this the extension degree is n. So what I'm interested in is this varieties, this X, which is defined by these norms, it's LOK, this PT. Well, this is affine variety in some affine space. Well, I'm using GA because I try to using ADELs to avoid using affine space. So here I'm using GA for this reason. So where this PT is just a polynomial over K. So this is a very simple concrete varieties, affine varieties. So my basic question is, is this variety, this X, does this X satisfy the strong approximation with the Brauer-Manin obstruction? Obstruction. So that's a basic question. Okay, so this is for strong approximation. For weak approximations, the weak approximation of this variety has been studied extensively with Brauer-Manin, has been studied extensively by many people. So I don't want to list all the people, but I just mentioned at the previous talks, I just mentioned two kinds of approach. One is the descent theory, descent method of Sansuk and Cordier-Tellen, which depends on the explicit description of this of this universal torso. So when you have, well, with some very specific case, then you can describe this torso very, very explicit. Then you can use in many methods like geometric method. You can try to prove the universal torso is a rational. Then the rational variety satisfies strong approximation. Then you get this variety satisfies strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction. And also, well, also with some circle method. You can write down this equation. You can try using circle method to prove the universal torso satisfies weak approximation. Then you got your own variety satisfies well, many people working on this. I cannot too many, so I cannot list all of them. And another method is vibration method. Okay, so the vibration method also, well, I think starting from Derenthal and Schinzel, well, which explain, for example, the Hasse-Minkowski theorem for quadratic forms, and also generalized to characterized surface, all these kind of things. And later on, it developed by Derenthal and Schinzel. And many people help us. Wittenberg, Spagatov, and many people. There are many workers on this vibration method. Hapas, Spagatov. I was told this make money a lot, right? and Wittenberg. And also the work of the Habermas and Wittenberg with quite generalized. We also propose some conjectures. But all these things working on this weak approximation. No, I got. It should be this one. Okay. So that's a weak approximation. So the real strong approximation, the first non-trivial example was really given by the. So it's 1.3. So the first non-trivial example is given by the Derenthal and Wei. So they actually prove the strong approximation for this variety, where this field extension is 4. And this polynomial is irreducible of degree 2. And in this case, we really can write down this universal torso very concrete way, and they can prove this universal torso satisfies strong approximation. They're very lucky and very, very, very impressive. So this actually using this decent method. So also. Well, so vibration method for the strong approximation also developed by He and for strong approximation also developed by Derenthal and He. But in their methods, they requires, well, which is quite similar to the weak approximation, which considers the unramified Brauer group, which, as actually mentioned by previous talks, they require this. For example, this require this Brauer X restrict to these special fibers. Well, here. They require this is at least the surjective, where this where because this X has this vibration, I say the GA, which maps this X T to this T. So this equation, you have coordinate X and the T. You project to the T, you have this vibration, and they actually require this. Then you can restrict the Brauer group under each spatial fibers. If you're using that method, at least you require this one is surjective for the at most for some T0 belong to some so-called Hilbert or Schinzel Hilbert set, and so on. But in our situation, actually, this kind of a condition cannot be satisfied. So, to explain this, let's restrict ourselves to the smooth case. So X is smooth. Actually, in our situation, which is equivalent to say this PT is separable. While it say the PT has no multiplication, the derivative of this coprime. And you can also compute, in this situation, you can compute this Brauer X in this situation. Actually, this was already done by this the work of Derenthal, Schmidt. Well, this work also related with these normal varieties, Wei, and also Derenthal and Wei. This work I mentioned before. So let me just quickly explain the computation of this one, and you will see why this cannot be satisfied. So first of all, while easy x-axis, you can compute the inverse function over algebraic closed field is just constant. That's the easy x-axis. And secondly, you can concede you let U be an open subset of X defined by PT is non-zero, invertible PT, and when this one is invertible of algebraic closed field, it easily can be said that the pk of this U over the algebraic closed field is trivial. Well, that's quite easy to see. It's a kind of torus. Okay. Then you can look at this. Then you have this short exact sequence. So you restrict on this inverse function of the open set, and you take the divisor of this inverse function of the open set in this whole space at the infinity. Well, this is permutation modulo, and you have this pk x bar, and you have this pk xu, and you already know this is trivial. So actually, I wish to compute this Brauer. First, I need to understand this pk. No. This should be. And this. But it's quite easy to see this one. Well, from this short exact sequence, you immediately get this pk x k bar is a free module, Z module of rank, well, finite rank. Rank actually can compute is like d minus 1, n minus 1, where d is where this d is a degree of this polynomial. Do I write down this d? No. So this d is a degree of polynomial. Okay. Then you will see that then you have this Brauer. Well, the Brauer AX, Brauer K, which embed to this H1 K pk x bar, and because this property, this is finite. This one is finite. So you got this one is finite, and another fact was actually proved by in that paper. Actually, this transcendental part is also trivial. So combine these two, actually, you know this Brauer of this x is finite. Okay, this is finite. But if you look at the fiber, if you look at the fiber by equation, the fiber is torus. So the Brauer group always infinite. So you cannot, it's impossible to have this kind of thing, surjective map. You never have. So what are you going to do? So you cannot using the traditional fibration method. Okay. So here's the main result. Not here. So first of all, I would like to first spend some time to explain the strong approximation. So a smooth geometrically integral variety satisfies strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction with Brauer-Manin obstruction if usually we here we always consider of infinite. If the rational points, what is dense in the Brauer-Manin set, which project to these finite ideals. Rho x. Yes. Yeah, that's the definition where PRF is just a projection map to this. Okay, so that's the definition. It's dense in the image. Right. So it's dense in this subset of this one. Okay, so this study in strong approximation is still the rational points, right? It's the rational points, but dense on some special topology, which is also fit this conference very much. People always believe study of strong approximation, which is always related with, well, it's really related to the integral points. The Derenthal interpretation so X satisfies strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction if and only if for any integral model X of X, or I should say separated. Well, I always assume it's smooth geometric integral. Okay. For any integral model of X, if and only if the X is the X has integral points if and only if this one V, this one Brauer X is not empty. So this is actually equivalent. So that's why we say when you study the strong approximation, which, well, looks like the rational points, but indicate the integral point, because this topology, the adelic topology, there's really something in this adelic topology. Not empty. You have integral point. If this one not empty, then you have integral point. Yeah. I just avoid too many these kind of things, so I use it. Okay. Then the theorem of zero So the theorem is joined with Cao, Wei, and myself. So assume that LK is cyclic. And then, under the Schinzel hypothesis, plus, well, for the strong approximation, you always have this kind of non-compactness condition at infinity. X satisfies strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction. So, well, because this non-compactability constraint is purely local conditions, which can be right now explicit, but very complicated. I don't want to repeat. If I have time, I will repeat. But if I have no time, I just avoid this. But anyway, this one can be decided very concretely. Then, but you have when you have a Schinzel hypothesis, then this X, the variety I defined at the beginning, will satisfy strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction. So that's. But my proof, I will give a sketch of proof. But my sketch of proof is I need to simplify the proof. I did some assumption on this PT. I just give, but I just wish to present the main ideas. So here is a sketch of the proof. Okay. Step 1. So for any, well, by the definition, for any open subset, I call W of ideals, any subset satisfies this W intersect with this Brauer-Manin set is non-empty. For any this kind of open set, I wish to find the rational points in this set. So that's right. That's the definition. And instead of this, then I know there exists an integral model x of x over the ring of the ring of integers, such that this point in this integral model will be the open subset of this W, and also this one is non-empty. Or this integral model, the local integral points of this integral model, if we consider Brauer-Manin set, which non-empty. Well, this is straightforward to verify. So if I wish to prove the strong approximation, I only need to prove this model has integral points. As I explained, so actually you invariant this integral model, you got the basis of these ideals, open basis. So I only need to show this model has integral points. Okay, then once I have this integral model, then I wish to extend the fibration I mentioned before. This xp, x go to the GA which I mentioned, that the x t maps to t, then I extend this vibration, can be extended to the model, to some S models, PS. OX, OS goes to this GA, OS for some finite set S of omega k. So I extend this to models. Then the important fact here is actually based on the work, our previous work with Derenthal on this multiple normal integral points for multiple, because for the fiber of this vibration is just a multiple normal. It's a torus. It's a torus of the torus. And for that, we actually know there exists a finite extension. This fact is non-trivial. Abelian extension E of L, well, it's abelian extension, finite abelian extension, such that I can use this finite extension to test the fibers has an integral point or not, such that for this T0 OX K is non-empty if and only if I just to verify there exist the local solutions belong to this V belong omega K on these fibers, the local integral local solutions. Well, actually, this local solution you can regard it as these ideals of this field L, because by take the coordinate, you can regard this one. Then you apply this RD map for on these ideals. Then if this you have a local solution such that the RD map of this one, I write down this. I write this map as EL. Is trivial. This in the Gauss group of this EOL. Then I know this fiber has an integral point. This is a non-trivial fact, but it is true. Which is it works for all the. This E only depends. This E only depends this model, but does not depend this T0. That's the crucial point. I just write down here. I rather here.
Can you read the last line again? The last line. What did it say? There's an XB in the product of the. Can you read the line, the whole line? I can't read it.
There exists a local solution in this one, but here in this local, in these fibers.
At some point, T0, right?
No, I will follow all this T0. All this T0 belong to this. OS, for example, on the fibers GAs. You know this integral.
So there's an XB such that which is included in what?
This RD map, the reciprocity law. You map this ideal to this Gauss group. If this maps 0, well, it's just kind of different Brauer-Manin. I just using this language. Well, it's actually, I can say it this way. So you know this, even the Brauer group is infinite, but for the fixed model, you can take the finite Brauer, right? As you can argue by compactness arguments, right? As you suggest. But that do not tell you exactly. So our work with Derenthal, which tells you we construct this finite one, you can say that one is an independent choice of the T0. by our construction. But actually, the Cao has suggested another way which using group action, which can be seen more easily geometrically. But anyway, this can be chosen. So I will write down this E. The crucial point, this E depends, only depends this model, but not T0. So for all the fibers, you can test. So this T0, I will choose it by using Schinzel. I didn't apply using Schinzel yet. Okay. Moreover, we also can assume this E over this K is Cao. You can enlarge this. Okay, that's our second step. This stop. Okay. Yes? Any questions? Okay. Okay. LOK is cyclic. My theorem is, is cyclic. LOK is cyclic. Questions?
The last line. It says if you have an analytic point in the fiber satisfying some property, then there's an integral point.
Yeah, that's on the fibers. On the fibers.
It doesn't say this integral point is close to the XV you were given.
No, not yet. No. You cannot say. I will play the game again. I repeat this. Yeah, that's just existence. Then I will modify. Okay, the game is like this. I approximate. I got something which cannot satisfy my local solution. Cannot. I have to modify this local solution. Then I get this one. No. At this moment, as I say, I already did this. If I can find the integral solution for this model, I done. Because this model changes. You say, if I say, already, the approximation, instead of using approximation, I using integral model. Okay?
So is this your result that you have approximation? If
but hidden.
The of points are all possible models.
Yes. This is hidden in these models. Approximation hidden in, in the models. Yeah, right? Okay. Okay, so step 3. So for simplicity, I assume, my statement not assume this one, but actually, eventually we get rid of this. At the beginning, we have this assumption, but we can get rid of this. Assume this, I have these pictures. K, I have this, then I have this, okay, I probably write something more. We can assume, for simplicity, right, PT is P1 product of this one. Is PIT is irreducible. And using this MI, is the split field of this PIT. For this moment, I assume, well, for simplicity, but this can be get rid of. Assume that we have such pictures that exist I0 do I write the correct index? I forgot. PTI, you write something. 1, 2, 3. Can find it. Where's my page 4? Okay. Okay, M. I use the M, for example. Because I remember somewhere I use the N again. So I here use the M. Assume there exists this I0 such that I have these such pictures like this. I have a K, then I have this the cyclic extension, then I have the spin field MI0, which is spin field of this polynomial of the Pi. And because I assume this P is separable, so all these irreducible primes is distinct. And I assume these pictures. I assume this intersect of this one. Assume this. So, and I write this Galois group E over L. This abelian group is this size. It's so many elements. Then I can apply the Chebotarev. So the reason I using this picture and because I applying this Chebotarev. So then there exist V1, VE primes of K outside S such that yeah, it is disjoint. Yeah, that's disjoint. Then I can apply this Chebotarev. Yeah, this. Excuse me? It's a spin field of this Pi. Oh, with E. Sorry. Sorry. With E. Right. This is an assumption. I assume. I always, for simplicity, I assume. Okay? It's not always true. But I just wish to present my ideas. But this assumption can be get rid of eventually. Okay. So then they satisfy the following properties. The first one is Vi splits completely in this Mi 0k and L over k. Because I choosing just element, non-trivial element here, then the trivial element here. So the second property is the Frobenius of Vi is the conjugate class of non-trivial element G non-trivial element in this group, Gauss group, EOL. Okay. The third property is fixed finite, because we know this Brauer group is finite, presentative elements of this Brauer X over Brauer K, a fixed element in Brauer X. Then we wish each element, each representative elements takes trivial takes the trivial value for over this X OVI. Because finiteness, if you go because of infinite money, so it's for 1 I e minus 1. I accept the trivial one. So that's then the third things. The third property is since P I0 T, this polynomial is coprime to this polynomial. Then there exists T Vi belong to K completion Vi such that so odd. I using this one to modify this when I using here is not Schinzel yet. Then I using Schinzel. Then I got some local solution for this T0, right? But I cannot guarantee this one. The adding symbol is 0. I cannot guarantee has integral points. So the reason I chosen this Vi to modify these adding symbols such that this adding symbol will become 0 eventually. Then I done. So that's the reason I using Chebotarev to get this primes. Okay. TVI, because it's called prime, so you can, the others will be take the 0. So this you can replace Pi for whole Vi equal 1 for 1 I for this index e minus 1 for this Vi. And also, you not only have this one, you also have these local solutions. Local XVI Ti belong to this i's. So of course this is trivial because yeah, you always have these local solutions for 1 I e minus 1 because this I is split, this Vi is split completely. Vi is split completely this part, LK. So you always can get the local solutions. Okay. Then, while this is something really important for me, this S0, this couple of primes, V1. I use V1 and V e minus 1. I will use this to modify my adding symbols. Okay. Well, I still haven't used Schinzel. Well, my time almost. Okay. Step 4. So because I know this given condition, this one is non-empty, so I can take the local solutions, xv, tv, belong to this local solution, this models. In the Brauer-Manin set, because this one tells me it's non-empty. Then by my properties 3 and 4, so I can assume this XVI TVI satisfies Y. Because I say is take the trivial value. That can, because well I can without loss of generality I can say this one is just the TVI is just these local solutions. For I equal 1 e minus 1. Okay, then let this chi be a fixed generator of this Gauss group, the character of the Gauss group LK, which is assumed is cyclic. So this character is group is also cyclic. I fix a generator, and then I have these Brauer group elements, which lies, I call it the Bj, which is a cup product of this chi with this polynomial J, T. This is the Brauer elements in the open set with for all these irreducible factors. Then another trick I use in this his formal lemma, which also mentioned in some of the previous talks. So by Hayes formula, so then I can have a finite set T of primes which contain this S. I extend this morphism S0. I using this one, and also ramify infinite K, for example, and ramify prime. Of L over K. I have this T and extend to the local solution UI, UV, and RV. We belong to this T. For this big set, then I can have this such that, well, this Hayes formula. In this previous one, I have this UV is same as XV. RV is the TV. For this V in this previous set, S union S0 or infinity K, and I still have this sum of this T is 0. It's Bj. Evaluate. Well, this is invariant. I don't want to repeat too much. TV equal to this sum. V equal to T, the chi Pj apply to this value, local value, equals 0. This for this J between M or 1. Now I apply Schinzel. So Schinzel, so there exists T 0 OS close to this RV and close to RV for this V belong to this T. Of course, infinity of infinity. And sufficient large, which is related to the non-compactness condition, large at reals. Well, I omit this part, but anyway, it's a guarantee I have this local solution at reals, and such that this Pj T0 is a unit at all V not S except I shall say T, right? I approximate T, except one prime, which I don't know which prime, but only one prime, Wj, with this odd Wj, Pjt, 0 is 1 for this J. Okay, so, okay. No. Then okay, I almost. So now then I can compute, well, just a couple of sentences. Then I have 0, because it's global elements, V belong to omega k, compute this one, chi p t0. Then I using this approximation property and also this all these assumptions, then I only get, well, I can divide this V to belong to T, chi P T0 part, and then there only remain one part, chi P Tj part, which this trick was using, I think, previously many times, Vj. And you know this one is 0 by Hierarchy's formula, and you got this one. And this Wj. So this means Wj splits completely. In this LK. Then all this guarantee I have local solution. On these fibers. Then my next task is to modify the local solution to satisfy the beginning of the properties by using the S0 to modify this using proper element to modify. Max this is 0 then make this fiber has a global solution. So I think I'm still here. I don't want to overtime. Okay. I stop here.
Thank you. Questions, please?
Next slide. How was proved the complete result? I think the Wei result transform was unconditional for.
No, so far we cannot prove unconditional result. For weak approximation, they can. They're using this Matheson's result to get rid of this one, which is, at the beginning we thought we can do these things, and then I found we misunderstanding this Matheson's result. It's for linear forms, cannot be for the single polynomial. So we cannot get rid of this result. We cannot. So then we goes back to the Schinzel. We try. Well, yeah, this is still on the progress. I don't know.
There is no complete.
No unconditional for strong saying no unconditional result so far. Only the terms of Wei.
So that was my question.
But degree 4 degree and degree 2 polynomial.
So, but how do they do it?
They use descent theory, not the fibration method. Okay. They write down this the torus explicitly. This is kind of the quadratic forms. Quadratic forms. Yes. They're using strong approximation of that. They got the strong approximation for the torus. They got downstairs. But no, so far we cannot do this.
And so the condition L over K cyclic is necessary.
Well, so far we cannot get rid of this. I don't know. But so far it's necessary.
Okay.
More questions?
Well, no, one comment. The comment is perhaps you could say that Mitankin has proven by a similar thing for quadratic extension,
which is only for these specific models.
It's the quadratic extension. Yeah, this is the thing. Is this why I was asking this question? So he has this quadratic extension, and then he proves the strong approximation module Schinzel in the t variable, but not in the vertical variable.
Right.
Whereas because of this general argument which you have of changing the model, you manage to get the approximation also in the other variable.
Whole things. And I think he also needs the model fixed. They fix the model.
He looks at
but here you have to if you wish to get to the strong approximation, you have to move in all the models.
This is something. It's something more in what you're doing.
Any more questions? Okay, well, we start again tomorrow at 9:30. But let's thank you, Fei, again.